Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks for everyone for coming this evening. We'll start off with our roll call.
Mr. Willoughby?
Yes.
Mr. McGuire?
Present.
Mr. Coldiron?
Yes.
Mr. Runnells?
And our public comments. Jim here? Mark?
Chief.
She's right here in the hallway.
Oh,
Did you talk to him?
No, I thought you were gonna call him to come in, because you talked to him about the whole thing. And I just asked you to get in.
Okay.
I apologize. So.
all right. If Jim's not gonna be here, that's fine. We can catch him.
We do it next
Yeah,
month.
we'll see.
Catch him another time.
It goes on the new engine in December, so we can do it at next month's meeting.
Okay. Is it that or?
That's it right there.
Okay. Any other
Yep.
public comments?
I got questions.
Okay.
This letter is a hot mess. Did you guys look at it? We got typos, we got all kinds of stuff, and I got a question if there was I know Jeff submitted 2 articles that didn't get put in. And was this a paid ad, or what's with this?
That is it's a highlight from the company. Yeah, because they're a paid advertisement. It's a story about their company.
So if you get a full-page ad, you can just
They did.
pretty much put.
They
what
had
you
an
want
ad.
in there,
Well,
right?
they got a full page ad, and there's another one, so I didn't know if that
It's just a
was
story about their company. It's just a way to create more content. Yeah.
Jennifer apologized when I brought that to her attention, the typos, whatever happened through the computer system at that particular time frame with that article from the fire department. So couldn't do anything with it because it already was sent out. So she gave me 15 copies to put in the office, which was, I said, well, I'll just take some in the office, but after that, but she did apologize for the system. There was a glitch in the system at that particular time frame, and then it just went back to normal. So.
Is there something well, I know in the past they sent us proofs, proofs of the calendar, I think, of this for us to review. Is that something we can do in the future? That way we can look at things?
Absolutely. Is there, cause I look at it, but I don't know that I'm not an editor myself, so I don't know that I'm the best person to catch little typos. So, if you would like to see it before it goes out, that would be amazing.
Yeah,
if I could send it to you.
I can have the trustees.
Yeah, send it to the
to
trustees
just to
and
make
we
sure,
can-
because it's their
we can
name on
review
it.
it.
to make
Okay.
you don't have to-
Absolutely. Yeah, that'd be wonderful. Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments?
I'm just here with Midpoint Library System.
Oh, okay.
We were just been going around to all the different townships and cities that we cover. I have information on the levy,
Okay.
just because we noticed that there was a lot of community members that wanted that. We have information available on our website, a lot of questions and answers, but we also have these little rack cards that we had made for the community. So if they had any questions, or if you guys had questions, you can reach out to my director or any of the managers if you guys had questions. So we just wanted to say hi and also because we know that your community probably has questions or maybe have interest. So
Have you guys contacted the school to give them any of those?
yes, yeah, we're at the school actually. With the bookmobile, we're out there 2 days out of every month with the elementary and the middle school.
Okay.
So they have all that information. They should have all that information. I know it was sent to them. So yeah.
Oh, that's great. Thank you very much. Anything else? All right. Our next item to approve the minutes from last month. Do you want to have any questions or comments from last month's minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. McGuire?
Yes.
Mr. Coldiron?
Yes.
Mr. Willoughby?
Yes. Approve the bills for the month.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Coldiron?
Yes.
Mr. McGuire?
Yes.
Mr. Willoughby?
Yes. Approve the sign check, road sign check. You guys?
I gave it back.
Okay, back.
It's at the bottom of the
Oh,
pile
my
I gave
stack.
her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Willoughby?
Yes.
Mr. McGuire?
Yes.
Mr. Coldiron?
Yes.
Presentation. Start with, dishwasher.
For the month of September, in our checking account balance as of October 1st, we have $4,176,798.28. In our HRA account, we have $11,619.43. In the Star Ohio, based on our $1.1 million CD that we have invested, the interest that we gained in September was $5,066.40. Revenue today, we received $5,057,579.74. So expenditures to date, we've spent $2,068,017.97. In September, we made payments totaling $145,023.80. Some of our major fund balances in the general fund, we have $517,402.85. In the road and bridge fund, we have $196,094.63. In the road district fund, we have $299,423.30. In the fire levy fund, we have $4,006,400.91. Total all funds, $5,218,696.39. Does anybody have any questions? We're doing good.
Yeah, I was gonna, yeah.
Yeah, cause, we were saying the general fund, I think it's the highest I've seen since I've been interested.
Yeah, me too.
Now the fire fund, for everybody's, that includes $1.75 million that we received from the state.
Mm-hmm.
Does the general fund also include, did we get the money from the county yet for the park?
Yeah, we got the $150,000
Okay.
a couple months ago. I'm still, I'll log on to the bank statement and see if we've gotten the $500,000 yet, but at the end of September, we had not received it yet. Only the fire one.
So does the general fund include that 165?
Yeah, it includes the $500,000 that we got, I'm sorry, the
100 from the county?
150 that we got from the county
County, right.
commissioners.
Okay.
Make a motion to accept the fiscal officer's report as presented.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Colbunner?
Yes.
Mr. McGuire?
Yes.
Mr. Willoughby?
Yes. Fire department.
In front of you, you got the stats for last month. These are stats for September 2024, fire and EMS stats. First page shows 35 fire calls for the last month. Second page shows it broken down. A lot of the calls, 7 of them with power line down. That's going to be weather related with the storms that came in. Then another high number line item there, 9 motor vehicle accident with injuries last month also. Fire locations for September: grass fire, Route 4 in Keister, mutual aid structure fire, 4900 block of Thomas, and a mutual aid grass fire, Jacksonburg Road in Wayne Township. Crash locations: 5200 block of Trenton Franklin, 122 in Trenton Franklin, 1700 block of Woodsdale, Route 4 in Trenton Franklin, 6800 block of Trenton Franklin, 6500 block of Trenton Franklin, 122 in Trenton Franklin again, Route 4 in Trenton Franklin again, and 6800 block of Franklin Madison. Stay off Trenton Franklin Road.
Wow.
Third page shows the zones where we're going on fire calls. 7 of them in the south zone, 15 in the north zone, 8 in the middle, 2 to Trenton, 2 to Wayne Township, and 1 to St. Clair Township. Next page are the EMS calls for September. 79 total calls for service, 41 patient transported, 38 non-transported. Mutual aid was provided 5 times, 3 to Wayne and 2 to Trenton for EMS calls. Calls for the locations in the for the district. North, we had 40 EMS calls. Middle, we had 26, and the South District had 8 EMS calls. Next page is going to be a discussion item later on in the meeting. Training this month. Madison Fire Department had Chief Cooper and also Chief Runnells put on a chimney fire ladder deployment training. It was an excellent training at Station 151. Next month we've got scene size up and scene safety for training for fire and EMS. Had communication today from the sales rep of our new engine from E1. The new engine is about 90% complete. I'll be going down to Florida November 7th through the 10th to do the final inspection of that engine. After that inspection, it will be there for a couple weeks, and then it'll be moved to northern Kentucky, Vogelpool, and at that location they'll be putting on equipment for us of the new engine. So I'm anticipating somewhere around the end of December to possibly get delivery of the new engine. It's looking good. Madison Fire and EMS crews on October 7th went to Madison School for Fire Prevention Day. We showed the apparatus and talked fire safety to approximately 400 kids at the school that day. It's an enjoyable day. It's enjoyable to listen to some of the questions that those little kids ask, or some statements that they might tell you. Went down to Duke Energy today on Woodsdale. They hired a company to decommission a couple of those towers down there. They start tomorrow. The issue with it is they have to get inside those towers, and those towers are 110 feet tall. So it comes into a confined space issue. They're going to have all the equipment and things that they need as far as cranes and baskets. They've been in contact with our confined space rescue team from Butler County, and now that Chief Seabald's here, I'm informing Trenton that that's going on starting tomorrow. So all the agencies around us have been made aware. It's a 7-hour, it's a 12-hour a day job for 3 weeks. So that's going on at the Duke Energy plant. Announcement: Chief Yater is retiring. After 53 years in fire service and 13 years as Chief of Trenton, he'll be retiring, and there's a reception at the end of this month for Chief Yater. 31st. And another reminder, Fire Department Christmas party is on December 10th at Barn and Bunk. Make sure you put it in your calendars and attend the event. I think that's all I got. I apologize about the communication issue with Mr. Edwards. I will communicate with him. For the people that are here, the Springfest committee has donated the monies to purchase a thermal imaging camera. Then that camera will go on our new engine. That's a very important piece of equipment for firefighters, and a very nice donation from the Springfest committee. That's all I have.
Thank you very much. Our road superintendent?
We finished foundations for the cemeteries for headstones. We had 6 of them this fall. We had 4 in Miltonville, 1 at Elk Creek Cemetery, and 1 at Pleasant Hill. What you're looking at there is on the left, the service truck. It has the new reflective chevrons installed on the back. That was part of the OTARMA grant, the $1,000 we received. And we currently installed the new tail lights with the built-in strobe lights yesterday and today. So that picture does not show those lights. That was taken before. But you can see on the right one of the foundations we did, and the guys digging the holes for that and setting the forms. During the aftermath of the hurricane, we had a little bit of storm cleanup. We got called out that Friday for quite a few trees along the roads. And then Saturday we got called out again for another one. And then this was that Monday we went around with the chipper and doing a final cleanup and getting all the ditches clear free of brush and debris. On the left we had a driveway apron on Preble County Line Road when Barrett Paving paved this spring. The picture don't show it, but it was a steep drop off, and the lady's Cadillac kept dragging. So at that time, the county did get Barrett Paving to come back and extend it out a little bit further. I'd advise the county to let me know when they came so I can make sure it was out far enough. And as the county said, sometimes they just show up and no one knows. So that's what happened. So I wasn't there. So it still wasn't good enough, so we ended up having to go back out, and the road crew extended it 11 feet, and the residents was pleased, and now they are no longer dragging. So got that taken care of. After the month-long drought, within 3 days of the rain, grass shot up about 3-4 inches, so we started mowing again. I think with that frost last night and it's dropping down to 32 tonight, the grass might be on its way out as far as mowing. Zach's going to do the last round of road mowing at the end of the month. I had 1 day left in the arm mower for the brush, and the tractor started acting up, so I'm waiting on John Deere to come and diagnose that problem. We did get Elk Creek Cemetery surveyed by the county, and we found out the north boundary along 122 goes way over a lot further than we thought. Actually, part of that guy's yard and some of his driveway he thought was his. It's not an issue. We don't plan on placing graves over there in the future, but now we know where the line is, and we know to.
Well, there's not past graves over there, is there?
What's that?
There's not past graves over there.
No.
Because that part that's close to 122 is the older part, right?
Correct. And his main driveway's fine. It's just somewhere down the line, the driveway came over. He made a circle drive, and it's part of that circle drive is actually on the cemetery side. But without looking at it, without having a picture, the way it is, it's another probably 20 feet where the graves actually started. So we're free and clear there. I just wanted to make sure down the road, if there ever was an issue, now we know, we got it pinned. And then the 3 parcels that come off Hirsch Road up by the old Grange, we now know where their property line is that I thought was ours. So we're good. There's no graves on anyone else's property. So that was the main reason I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
So now we know. He's still going to do Pleasant Hill for us whenever we get that resolution.
I thought I gave it to you.
I didn't see it.
Oh,
Maybe I didn't see it in the box.
oh, 'cause I
But
did it.
that one's no rush. It's a winter project for him, so he's finishing up some other projects he had to do for the county themselves. Southwest Water, after, well, it was in June and they finally fixed it 2 weeks ago. They removed the plate on Mosman Road and fixed the sinkhole that was caused by one of their water main breaks in the spring. So that's been patched and fixed. Let's see, tomorrow we're shutting down Howe Road at Elk Creek on the west side of the intersection. About a year ago, Todd had Jurgensen mill out and refill a washboard section. Well, now it's worse than it was before that. So we think we might have a base issue. So we cut it today, and tomorrow we're going to dig it out with the backhoe and see what we got going on. If it is, we'll dig out the soft spots, pack in some gravel, and re-blacktop it. That'll all be in-house. The road crew will be doing all that.
Is that what the signs are?
Yeah.
About that?
Yeah. That's all I got for now.
Johnny, we got an email this week from the engineer's office about a curve study about
Yes.
the signs.
I'm reaching out. I'm gonna get a hold of Matt Friday and just explain to him. I just took over in January.
Yeah.
Chris and them had no idea that. I mean, that was from 18 and 19, so I'm just gonna let him know. I personally have already seen some since
Yeah.
I've been here that I know we needed to correct and
Yeah.
do. But yeah, I'll be in touch with him to put a
Okay.
plan together, let him know what we plan on doing.
All right. I was looking through the list and it's hard to really look at it. You have to look at it real close
Well,
to
and
find out
then-
what.
And there's things I don't know if it's saying this is wrong, if it's just showing
Yeah.
what we have. I didn't quite understand. And Austin from Wayne Township called me. He was in the same boat. He's like, because he took over 2 years ago.
Right.
He's like, I really can't make heads or tails of this.
Yeah.
Does it mean this road is bad, good?
Yeah. It doesn't really explain it. It just gives you.
Right.
Uh,
And it's all the townships. It's every road
Yeah,
in
yeah.
alphabetical order. County, township, cities that ain't broke down. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna reach out to him Friday and
Okay.
so we need to
Yeah, I saw that. I was,
talk
what the
about
heck?
that.
Yeah, it'd be nice if nothing else they could sort it per
Oh yeah.
municipality, because
Yeah.
everybody's in there, you're going,
Well, not only that, I couldn't understand, are you saying this sign's not in the right spot, or this is the wrong type of sign? It really didn't specify.
Mhm. You know, whether the reflection of the sign is going bad.
Right.
You know, I was at a Butler County Township Association meeting, it's been a while ago.
Yeah.
But that's when we asked them about how does the government decide whether the reflection of the sign is going bad or not. And they told us, and the guy from the government told us, it's a guy, if somebody pulls up in a pickup truck and they had an age, I can't remember exactly what age the person was in the truck, and they use that as the baseline for whether the signs are reflective. And then we go, well, how do you do that?
Yeah.
What do you get somebody at that on the gate age was like 60 or 65 sitting in a pickup truck? And I was surprised that somebody from the government would say that.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you? We asked her, how do you check that?
They do make a gun that you
Oh, do they?
hold up to the sign,
Yeah.
and it measures the retroreflectivity back
Yeah.
through that optical eye. But they're thousands of dollars, and
Oh,
when I was
yeah.
at an ODOT class, they said it's most of your attorneys, when there's a fatality, that's when they pull out the gun and check the sign.
Yeah, at that time, that was their baseline that they used.
Yeah.
Somebody at a certain age can pull up in a pickup truck and have their lights shining on the sign.
Yeah.
Whether we asked, how do you do that? Well, they just do it. So that's what we use. Okay, the government for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Next item, under old business. Is that the, yeah, is a aggregation. I think we probably want to put I'll make a little blurb out as far as what we're doing so we can have it posted. The three things I'm gonna put on it, one is the cost. You know, we're looking for our best cost per term, and I'm gonna ask for at least a 4-year term, because the last time we got a 2-year term, but that was
Yeah.
really because of the election, because no one really knows what's gonna happen with the energy policy after this. And the last thing I was gonna say is service, and when I say service, I mean customer service, as far as, you know, telling us how they would assist customers, and as far as getting on the aggregation or getting information,
Mhm.
and also communications, as far as sending communications out to our residents, to let them know what's going on and things
Yeah.
like that.
There was one of them that I've seen that sends out I think a quarterly report. I was pretty impressed with that, and I think
Yeah,
you
we
guys
get that.
have it. Yeah.
Mhm. It's really nice.
So I'm gonna make that up, and we'll get it posted, and then would like probably, as far as the timing, to have the information or the quotes back by the end of the year. Any other comments about that or anything? In our new business, first item is to approve the trustee healthcare reimbursement accounts. I know, well, we went round and round, and I dove deep into this when we had our first findings, that we were allowed to do this. For this year, I'm turning in $6,678.88 for as far as the reimbursement. Do you guys have anything you're gonna be turning in for
Yeah,
reimbursement?
just whatever my Medicare is. I don't recall what it was last year, but it's,
Mine's over 6,000.
okay. I don't think it's that much.
How do you want us to get that information to you?
I will need an itemized list from each one of you, and then we have to approve it, one for you, and one for you.
Okay. Do you want that? When do you want that? I mean, it'll be after the end of the year, right? December.
It's best if we can do it in December. That way we're keeping it all in the same year. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
No problem.
So, yeah, I can just get on there and find out what Medicare is.
Okay.
I mean, you can put on mine tonight, I know what mine is, that's what it's gonna be.
What'd you say,
Yeah,
6,680?
I got it itemized. Off my
Okay.
paycheck, so. You guys wanna look to motion to approve that?
I'll make a motion.
Or,
Well, we have to wait
Yeah, we
until,
got,
Oh, yeah, I
yeah.
thought you
cause
said-
it has to be individual and it has to have amounts and,
Oh, I thought you said you wanted each one of us individually.
yes, but I was.
It's gotta be an amount.
It
Yeah,
has to be a
okay.
very specific amount and it has to be like itemized like this,
Okay.
so.
Does that include families, right? Or is
I thought it was
us?
just single, like
Okay.
what we pay for a single plan,
Okay,
but I can look that up, it's in the revised code, it's like
Yeah.
very spelled out.
okay.
Well, we got the guys we had from county prosecutor's office too, and they listed all the, I can send it over to you if you want.
Okay,
Okay,
We went around and around with that when we had our,
yeah.
yeah, it's not easy to understand the way they've written it in the revised code,
oh, they referenced like 3 or 4 different sections.
yeah.
All right, budget meeting. We talked about this as far as, how we're going to approach it. I guess what we're saying is we're going to do, we're gonna talk about it in November, then approve it in December.
If that's okay with you guys.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
Is that for all the budgets?
Mhm.
Yeah,
There's definitely some changes I'd like to make for 2025 on the fire fund.
yeah.
So it's okay to
Well,
talk and discuss those changes in the November meeting?
yeah, that's something, we just gotta make sure we allocate time to that, cause I have a feeling we're gonna have long discussions and make sure we get all the buckets filled.
Should we have a special meeting?
That's what I was
to
gonna ask
discuss
you, if
it?
you wanted to
Well, it's
do
kinda
like a
going-
meeting before the meeting, or
Yeah,
I have no problem with that, you guys,
do you wanna do a 5:30 and then,
on the same day?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm there by 5:30.
5:30 's fine.
Next meeting.
Yeah,
What day is
on November.
What day is that?
20th.
Oh, that's right, it's week before Thanksgiving, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. The 20th.
We'll have to post that early, Dave. We'll have to get that posted on the Facebook and the site to make sure. Park building detailed drawings, I've reached out to 2 engineering firms for detailed drawings, or at least an estimate. They could give us some costs for that. I haven't received anything back yet, so I'll be contacting both again to say, okay, can you guys do this? What's gonna be the cost and schedule for it? So we'll start pursuing that. Next item, approved backhoe repair quotes. Oil pan needs to be replaced. This, I guess it's 2 different quotes you got?
Yeah, Southeastern, which is the official Kate's dealer down Monroe, they wanted $28.67. And then Quaker Trace Tractor, outside of Gratis, they want $1,000. They've been doing tractors and everything since the 70s, so. They're more of a, mom and pop place,
Yeah.
so that's the difference versus the big corporate. It's mostly labor involved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
$3,000 for an oil pan?
The old pan's only 150. You do gotta remove the front shaft and big cross member, but
I'd
still,
say if I could
Is
do
it labor intensive, is it?
yeah, but not that
Not that
much.
much?
you guys have any,
And that's them coming and picking it up
Oh.
and bringing it back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'd say $1,000. What do you think, Tim?
Yes, sir.
We
Quaker
used them
Creek.
quite a bit when I was at Gratis Township, and they're really good.
motion to?
I make a motion to accept Quaker Trace tractors.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Willoughby?
Yes.
Mr. McGuire?
Yes.
Mr. Coldiron?
Yes.
Next item's our mailbox policy update.
The old policy was just basically 1 page. So I looked at some other townships around and got some ideas and spelled it out a little more clear, a little more specific.
I think it looks good to me, I don't have any.
Yeah.
I wanna post it, and then I wanna post it on Facebook next month and have Terry put it on our website, just advising residents, now's the time to check your post and all that good stuff. Make sure they ain't rotted or need replaced.
I make a motion to accept the mailbox policy as presented.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Coldiron?
Yep.
Mr. McGuire?
Yes.
Mr. Willoughby?
Yes.
Jeff, while we're on mailboxes, I forgot to mention is, we did get permission from the Middletown postmaster to move our mailbox from the road up to where our pole is with the transformer, across from the fellowship building of the church. So you'll notice that our mailbox and the church box is now back the lane and no longer on the roadway, which is a lot safer and a lot easier for Dave and the church as well.
Poor Dave. Those are some flashing lights for him.
Yeah.
All right, next item is approve the hiring of the following part-time EMS pending paperwork. Chris Ferguson, firefighter medic. Jacob Hendricks, firefighter medic. Todd Bramley, firefighter EMT. Aaron Foley, firefighter medic. And Larry Anglin, firefighter EMT.
Good to see a lot of cross-trained people.
Yes, all 5 cross-trained. We interviewed them last week. Very good interview process. Should be some good hires for us.
Good.
As
So
long
moved.
as Trenton don't take them.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. McGuire?
Yes.
Mr. Coldiron?
Yes.
Mr. Willoughby?
Yes. Approve sending a certified letter to 6007 Hirsch Road for the possibility of a junk motor vehicle.
Reached out to the prosecutor and zoning, and basically, we have a policy for junk motor vehicles. It's just a matter of approving it. So my letter is stipulated to the owner. It appears to be disabled and considered a junk that's not usable. So
Mhm.
I'm reaching out to them and also letting them know I've got a copy of the ORC for us that shows what they're supposed to do if it is. And it has to be hidden in a barn, a garage, and so forth. And we're allowed to do that.
So we're pretty sure that it's not a possibility, it is a junk vehicle?
Well, like I said, I asked that question to the prosecutor and the
Yeah.
zoning. I said, how do you guys determine that you can go out and send a letter? Because I know we have one. And
Yeah.
I'm like, how do we determine that? Because just because it don't have a front license plate, I don't know if it runs or not,
Ask
but
them
it
to start
appears to me.
You have to ask them to start it, that's what we
Right.
do.
Right.
We have
So
to
I
meet them
had
out
that.
there and say, start the engine.
Right. I
And if
have
it
that in the
runs, it's
letter.
not a junk vehicle.
Yeah.
So they will let me know it's, it's operable or inoperable, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Coldiron?
Yes.
Mr. McGuire?
Yes.
Mr. Willoughby?
Yes. Our discussion items, a reminder, trick or treat is October 31st from 6 to 8. Our next item is a water leak at substation, or at station 152.
So at Station 152, we've got a historical bell tower on the firehouse. It was put up there 170 years ago when the schoolhouse was built. When we put a new roof on that firehouse, I want to say 8-9 years ago, we put a new metal roof. It was decided not to take that bell tower off. And we've had nothing but problems for water leaks since they put that on. And it's gradually gotten worse. Johnny's went up and looked at it for me. Several people went up there and tried to repair it. It's just not getting fixed. It's creating major issues. There's support poles in the attic that support this bell tower because it's pretty large. And those support poles are getting weak. They've gotten, obviously water on them, and they're in bad shape. It's my opinion to remove this bell tower because of further down the road problems. I've got an estimate here from Roush to repair the water issue. I have a price here from Roush to remove the bell tower and put the metal back on the roof, which takes care of the whole problem. I had a member of the Historical Society up to the firehouse the other day, and we had a conversation. He's here with us tonight.
I get thrown under the truck because I don't hear about it.
If Roush can remove that thing in one piece and set it down, Historical Society has stated they would like to have it. So it would be up to Roush, and it'd be up to your guys' determination if we go that route on the removal.
So it is designated a historical building,
Oh,
correct?
I just, out of,
I could be wrong, but I thought it seemed like years ago there was something along
I've never
those
seen
lines.
anything as a designation, but
Yeah,
it is 170 years old.
yeah. You heard anything, Mark, on that?
No, I don't, there's no plaque or anything.
I say usually they have,
Designated
Yeah,
as it
usually there's
is.
a plaque
usually have plaques on the exterior if they do that.
Okay.
or a marker of some kind
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
in the
but
ground.
that's up to the organizations doing that, cause that plaque is real expensive,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so.
Well, I know there's issues if you start changing a historical building or something like that. It's like that, what they call that in the middle of that cemetery that we had to redo. And we
Chiller
took a-
building?
Yeah.
Chiller building?
Yeah, I forgot what they called it, but it's where they put in the winter
Cold
time. they stuck
storage.
them in-
A
Cold
chapel,
storage.
Yeah.
it's chapel.
Well, it's, no,
It
it's
just,
where
they
they.
stored the bodies
Yeah.
when the ground was
Yeah,
frozen.
well, it was
Hundred
frozen.
years ago.
And we had to, I mean, the copper and everything, we had to replace all the copper downspouts, everything that was on there.
Yeah.
That building itself is real unusual,
Yeah.
because there's a holding, I don't know whether it's a coffin or what, but they would put the coffin in that box and seal it, and that's still in that building.
Is it really?
Yeah, and there's a lot of them, it's not.
Middletown
they
tried to get
doesn't
it
have-
from
oh,
Todd
yeah.
years ago
They
when,
tried
when
to
you guys
steal
first
it.
got it.
Yeah.
Because they got the same building in the old Pioneers Cemetery next to Denny Lumber, and they wanted it for that building, but
Yeah,
Yeah, there was some pretty specific rules that we had to go by when we were repairing it, of what we had to do. But, yeah, I knew we had to be careful when we dealt with historical buildings and stuff like that. If it's not, I mean, heck, the bell tower.
What?
If we can get it down without damaging it or anything.
And I'm not sure if Rouse can do that. It says that they're gonna remove the bell tower. Now, if they have to take certain pieces off of, I'm not 100%. I got a hold of Rouse because they are a crane company and they do have the proper equipment
Yeah.
to do that. But
what makes it more unusual too, Chief Hall has the bell up there. It's in
Oh,
front of the
really?
building right now.
Oh, wow.
And that would be a good thing to put back in that for
Yeah.
historical reasons, if it,
it'd look good out there in this cabin too.
not in the cabin. We got enough stuff in the cabin.
And on behalf of Chief Hopper, Station 151, Miltonville Station, the old schoolhouse,
Mhm.
supposedly we found out, we just never confirmed it, never go looked, but they're the old bell tower for the old schoolhouse is somewhere on Greenbush Road in Preble County.
Really?
We haven't been able to locate it yet, but that's what we were told.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not allowed to tell where it is.
I'm sorry.
You said, there used to be a school there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I didn't know.
If you go back and he's got pictures, I got pictures, and even before everything started, the old covered bridge, and then of course the houses, and then across the street was the grocery store and all that, everything.
But I listed it as a discussion item, but it really needs to be something that's acted upon because of that water leak.
Those 4 posts, what I got up there, they're pretty waterlogged. I mean, you can grab them, they're saturated. I mean, any time it's just gonna go.
Well, I guess the question is, do we remove the tower or not?
Yeah.
What's the cost difference, Chief?
Where did I see that?
1995 and 6675.
Where would you guys put if we took it down, where would you guys have any plans or anything?
Well, I just got contacted yesterday, so I haven't even talked to any of the other committee or whatnot, so.
Maybe we give it to the school?
In the park.
We'll put it in the park somewhere, if it's savable.
Yeah.
We could uncover and leave the old timbers stick out, as long as we can protect them.
Yeah. Would it be something that we could use display at a new firehouse or something like that, if we would wanna do that?
It's pretty big.
That's a real,
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go over and look at it. I
Yeah,
haven't,
it's-
I mean,
when
I
you
go
start
by
looking
there
at
all
it-
the time and I'll look up.
When you start looking at it, it's a lot bigger than what you think. It's a
Really?
pretty nice size structure.
It's probably 4 or 5 feet tall, isn't it? At least.
I'd say,
It's at least that.
There's a fire department in Fayetteville, how they don't, it's not an old original bell tower, but they made a tower out in front of their station and it has the original fire bell, the next bell,
That was
the
more of a
original fire
schoolhouse.
And the
siren.
thing of it is, it's
Yeah.
not a fire bill, it's a school.
schoolhouse,
It'd
yeah.
still be cool up there.
Yeah. So,
What if the school would want that? Or the historical society? Are you wanting to, for us to approve something tonight on that?
if you could.
We'd have to add it to the agenda.
You'd have to increase the appropriations too.
Yep.
And my thought is,
Is that something, Kent, that we can do the next meeting, get it all prepared, the amounts and everything, so we can approve it, get it on the agenda for
Sure.
a certain amount? Can we do that in November? Cause I know
I mean,
we'll have to adjust appropriations. Okay. Okay.
I mean, which way are you guys leaning? I'm thinking leaning
I'm
toward.
getting it out, off there, yeah,
Yeah.
taking it off.
Oh, yeah. Get her going.
So if we're wanting it off there, can you get an exact cost? And so that way, and then we'll approve it in November?
It'll be that 6675.
675.
So we'll need to adjust it.
Yeah. I mean, you can do it tonight, you just have to add it to the agenda and, but also make a motion to increase the appropriations when you do it.
Yeah.
Two separate?
You can do it together, you just have to approve it.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to add item H, to approve removal of the bell tower from station 152, and increase the appropriations to reflect, how much was that again, Kent? 66, I don't have the.
6675.
6,675.
You want me to let you know when they're doing that?
Yeah.
And then take a look at what they're doing.
yeah, you can see,
Okay,
yeah, let me know.
Give me a text too when they're doing
Okay.
that, I don't know, I can see in that.
Same here.
gotcha.
I'll be at work.
Item H, I'll make a motion.
Me too.
Second.
Motion to add item H to the agenda. Roll call, please.
Okay, so this is a roll call just to add it.
Yep.
So, Mr. McGuire,
Yes.
Mr. Coldiron.
Yes.
Mr. Willoughby.
Yes. Now we have an item to accept the bid to remove the bell tower on the as per quote from Roush for $6,675.
Correct.
And,
Motion.
and we make the appropriation.
And increase appropriations to cover
Mhm.
the cost.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Willoughby.
Yes.
Mr. McGuire.
Yes.
Mr. Coldiron.
Yes.
Last item on our, last item for discussion was the 2025 paving.
I received estimates from Butler County Engineer's Office for paving next year. I have on there the road, and I apologize, I don't think I emailed this to you, I just realized as I was looking at this. But Eunice, Joanne, Norma, Erica, Ada, Kyle, and Ernestine. It's all in the Rolling Meadows subdivision. The county's estimate as of now is $206,544. One thing I wanted to talk about is possibly going out on our own to do the bid, pull out the Butler County paving program. Wayne Township did this a couple years ago, went on their own, although they had to use the Butler County when they were giving the ARPA funds to the townships. So you had to go through their budget, basically, no matter what. Wayne Township, put it out for bid. They had Normac got got bids to do a couple of the roads, and they was very pleased with the turnout. The big difference with Normac versus Barrett and Jurgensen is Normac is what they call virgin material. They don't mix in any recycled material whatsoever. You know, they are cheaper. And the thing with Butler County, you know, Todd always complained about this, they always put that contingency in there. And for instance, this time it's $9,200. Sometimes it's been a lot more, you know, that's,
Yeah.
you know, and that money gets tied up in that resolution, you know, to where you can't use it for nothing else. If it does happen to go over, it's there, but, like I say, sometimes it's quite a bit more. I think one time Todd said it was like 30 or 40,000 he couldn't do nothing with because it was tied up in the contingency. But been talking with Kim, and down at Sims, they put out their own bid for paving. They don't go in with Hamilton County. When I was at Gratis Township years ago, quite a few townships started pulling out and doing their own, because back then, in the early 2000s, you had 3 or 4 companies bidding, and then Barrett started buying everybody out. And then there was a lot of times Barrett was the only one that would bid for the Preble County program, so you didn't know if he was getting the best bang for your buck or not. Another reason I got behind this is it gives us more control during the paving process. There's been a couple times where German Township called us the week before we was paving West Alexandria Road and said, hey, is there any chance you can get your paving company to come into German Township about 100 feet? We'll pay for it, but you know, you just have to see if they'll do that, add the tonnage they need that day, start on our end, and then take off on your road. When I called Kelly Nuxall at the county, he frowned against that. You know, Barrett's got everything etched in stone. They didn't want to deviate from anything. You know, where if we was in charge of our own paving, we could say, absolutely, we'll send you a bill of that tonnage that was used. These driveway aprons, we had quite a few issues this year on the aprons where if we was more involved, because we rely on the county to take care of being out there and inspecting and making sure everything's being done properly, we'd have been able to say, hey, you need to go on this driveway 10 foot instead of 1 foot, you know. So I would just like for the trustees to give me the opportunity to go out on our own. What Wayne Township does is they still get their annual estimate from the county. The county don't frown against it. You know, and they still work with Wayne. If you know, you can still use them, because Kelly said you could still use them for the retrace program every year if we go out on our own as far as paving. But basically, they're still there to assist if anything we need anything. But so that's why I had that on there for discussion. If you guys choose to stay with the Butler County program, that resolution has to be turned in by December 1st, so this would need to be voted on next month.
Can we get an estimate that quick? From
Normac?
Well, oh my bad, I didn't bring it up. 185,000 with Normac is what their estimate is.
And what was the other one?
$206,544. And then I also reached out to a sill crack company, because Mosman Road, it don't need paved, but it needs sill cracked, and that's over 2 miles of roadway. And for the road crew to do that, we would be weeks doing it, because we could only do it a day or two, then have to go do something else, mow grass, or they want $21,500 to crack fill from 122 to Howe Road. So if you combine the 21.5 with Normac's 185, you're at 206,000. Where the county is just 206,000 paving only.
Well, one of the questions I had, do we have enough in the road fund to cover that?
We've budgeted 280,000.
Something like
I
that.
think it's 280,000
Yeah.
for next year.
I couldn't remember when he asked me earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
What were the roads? You said Eunice, Joanne, Ernestine, Kyle, and I
Eunice,
missed.
Joanne, Norma, Erica, Ada, Kyle, and Ernestine.
Can't believe a person who built that subdivision has that many kids.
Yeah.
That's the Fraley Foundation.
Is that Fraley Foundation?
Yeah.
I don't remember Steve or.
Pat and Eric are Steve's kids.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I always thought,
Norma
just had a
was
couple.
Mr. Fraley's wife. Norma
That's
was
true,
Gwen's
yeah.
wife, yeah.
Well, I guess it is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, her and Steve, they all have reasons. I like what Johnny has to say.
Yeah.
I do too.
And I told Johnny I would send him our bid document so he doesn't have to recreate the wheel.
Okay.
I would make a motion to approve that.
Do you need it approved, or do you want it?
I don't know.
Can you
I-
get that information for November so we can approve it in November?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that. I'll have it spelled out better then.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will reach out to Kelly and Matt at the county to see if they would need just something stating that we're not going to participate this year with the Butler County program. Is that where you're getting at?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they'll probably.
That way they know they're not expecting us to be involved.
Yeah.
Or can I throw out an idea?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would it be prudent for us to still participate, but yet do our own and bid it out and see what kind of bids we get? And if we get crazy bids, we can always go back to the county.
Well, once they etch that in stone, I don't think, once you submit the resolution,
So you
you're
can't-
locked in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because they put it out for bid, I think, right at the first of the year now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what they did.
Yeah.
Because we usually meet with them in February.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, yeah, I think, I mean, Normac sounds pretty good as far as the cost. We just
I
bring it
think
up.
you'd have more control with them too.
Right.
That's the
Yeah.
deal
Absolutely.
right there. You'll be
Yep.
able to get the little extra things that you would normally have to go back and touch up with the road crew. You'll be able to be right there and they'll say, oh yeah, sure, no problem.
Right, and that's a lot of it.
You voted.
And nothing against the county, but like Kelly Nuxall said, they've got too much. He said there's 2 or 3 other townships, I didn't ask him which ones, throughout the county that's poured out through the years. And he loves it because they've got so much just with the county themselves, and then trying
Right.
to take care of all the townships. There's only 3 of them that's involved in the paving, in charge of all that, so it's quite a bit.
What if we went in with another township?
We could try that. I'll reach out to
Because you
Wayne.
definitely do get a better price, the more asphalt that you
Yeah.
have in there, they give you a lower price.
Yeah, I'll reach out to Wayne.
And you get a better, we've noticed that the more asphalt that we bid out, the better the price is, and you get certain companies that are better than others.
Yeah, and I will say, I did reach out to Normac back in June. I think it was June. He gave me an estimate just to see what it would be. If we was paving that subdivision in June, it was 156,000. Those same roads, same everything, 1.5 inches. And you know, they estimate high this time of year, so we don't know what the first year is going to bring. So it may be cheaper. You know, just depends on what the new year brings to everybody.
Now, do we
For the election.
Well,
Do
I
we need
wouldn't
to-
say that, but you're exactly right.
do we need to
Great
revisit-
point, Kim. Fantastic point.
I was
there.
trying to hold out on that, but anyway.
Do we need to rebid next year?
No, we would put it out for bid after the first of the year.
Okay.
So let's just say November, I would
Since it's
need
over that.
official,
24,000.
I would need an official agreement to not go with Butler County and to go out on our own in November.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm sorry, 75,000.
All right, next time, executive session under our ORC 121.22G1 to consider appointments, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, compensation of public employees.
So moved.
Great.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Willoughby?
Yes.
Mr. Cole-Iron?
Yes.
Mr. McGuire?
Yes.
I'll get you the time.